You need to stop using WordPress.com. And no, I'm not talking about WordPress as a platform, I'm talking about WordPress.com, the all-in-one WordPress solution by Automatic. What is WordPress.com and what's the big deal with using it? To understand that, we first need to understand what the WordPress platform is and how it works. WordPress, the platform, is an open source website builder that's free for everyone. It has to be hosted on a web server, and you can choose any web host to run your WordPress site. You could even run it on a server in your attic. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I just wanted to make the point that WordPress is completely independent of the hosting provider you choose. The WordPress name is very well recognized. WordPress powers over 43% of the internet, so a lot of people know about WordPress, including many who don't even run a website. This means that when people want to learn more about WordPress or get started, many just go to Google and search WordPress and click the top result, or many visit WordPress.com assuming that's the correct domain associated with the WordPress platform. And it is the right domain. Kind of. This is where things get complicated. WordPress.com is a WordPress host owned by Automatic. Automatic was founded by Matt Mullenweg, the founder of WordPress. While WordPress itself is open source and free for everyone, Automatic is a private company that makes paid products for WordPress, such as hosting and plugins. So WordPress.com is just a web host for the WordPress platform. There's a lot of confusion around this. Why is Automatic able to use WordPress.com, but other companies are asked not to use WordPress in their domain names? I'm not totally sure because the WordPress trademark is owned by the WordPress Foundation, which is a non-profit organization. So I don't know why they favor Automatic, maybe because Matt Mullenweg founded WordPress and also founded Automatic, and I'm sure is heavily involved in the WordPress Foundation. I really don't understand the legality of all of it, but for whatever reason, WordPress.com is something that Automatic is allowed to use for their business. And in case you're wondering, the actual domain for the WordPress platform is wordpress.org. This is where you can download WordPress and install it on any web server of your choosing, as well as access plugins and themes. If you understand more about the legalities of the trademark and why Automatic specifically gets to use WordPress.com, please comment down below because this has confused me for years. But regardless of the whole branding situation, I wanted to take an honest look at what WordPress.com offers. They do offer a free plan to host a blog on a site.wordpress.com subdomain with a minimal WordPress.com ad in the website footer. And if all you want is a free blog and you don't care about the ad or lack of custom domain, WordPress.com is a convenient option for a blog. However, this is where the benefits to WordPress.com end. You see, the free plan at WordPress.com is a watered down version of WordPress. The backend is much simpler than a clean install of WordPress from WordPress.org, and that's mostly because a lot of the features are hidden behind a paywall. For instance, in order to connect a custom domain and remove ads, you'll have to shell out $48 a year. How about the ability to access their library of premium themes or style customizations? For that, you'll have to shell out $96 a year. And to be able to install plugins and themes, which are fundamental to how WordPress works, you need the business plan, which is $300 a year or $40 a month. And I really want to emphasize that what WordPress.com is unlocking for you in the business plan is really just plain stock WordPress. You can install WordPress on a free hosting account from 000 Web Host or Tinkerhost and access all of the same features. Or you can pay WordPress.com $40 a month for the same thing. Now, to be clear, the free hosting you're going to find for WordPress.org is not going to be very powerful or reliable, but they're not locking any WordPress features behind a paywall like WordPress.com is. And you can find some great hosting for WordPress to access all of the features at a fraction of the cost of the WordPress.com business plan. One of my favorite hosts is WP Engine, and they've been kind enough to sponsor this video. I use WP Engine for my websites, and it's some of the highest quality WordPress hosting I've tested. You get advanced features like staging and development environments, automatic daily backups, a high performance cache, which they call Evercache, and access to 10 premium WordPress themes from StudioPress. The migration process is incredibly easy with their free plugin, and if you need help, their 24/7 live chat support is always willing to help out. out. And I'm super excited to share that WP Engine just released their Lite plan, a new starter option for just $15 a month. So instead of paying $40 a month to WordPress.com for their business plan, you can instead pay just $15 a month and get all the powerful features that WP Engine offers. I'm so excited about the WP Engine Lite plan. I've actually been in talks with the people at WP Engine about a starter plan for several months, and I know this is something they've been working on for a long time. Getting all of these features at that $15 a month price point is a true game changer. And WP Engine also has the best hosting for WooCommerce I've ever tested. Their instant store search feature enables autocomplete search results and gives users "did you mean" suggestions in case they misspell what they're looking for. This is a feature you won't even find in the WordPress.com Commerce plan, and WP Engine's WooCommerce plans start at just over half the price of the WordPress.com plan. You can save a lot of money by using WP Engine instead of WordPress.com, not to mention gaining access to some of the most powerful features you can find in a WordPress host. It's easy to make the switch, and you can go to this link to get started. I'll also have it linked in the description below. Thanks to WP Engine for sponsoring this video, and now I wanted to see if there might be any reason whatsoever to intentionally use WordPress.com. Well, first there's the use case I mentioned earlier. If you're running a personal blog as a passion project and you don't give a rip about a small ad and your site being on a subdomain, the free plan at WordPress.com is perfect. Another way you can take advantage of a free feature is by hitting that subscribe button. It's free to click subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be the first to know when I release new videos. Looking at the WordPress.com paid plans, I think it could make sense to upgrade to the personal plan if and only if you really enjoy that simplified, streamlined backend experience and you simply want to connect a custom domain name to your blog. The personal plan does offer a free domain for the first year. Normally, I caution people against buying domains from web hosts because typically they inflate the renewal cost far above what you would pay at a domain registrar. But actually, the cost to renew a .com domain at WordPress.com is a very reasonable $12 a year. This is competitive with other domain registrars, so I wouldn't worry about trying to register your domain at a dedicated registrar and link it with WordPress.com. I think it's totally cool to take the offer of the free domain for the first year and renew your domain at WordPress.com. So WordPress.com certainly provides a simple, approachable experience for blogging. But in most cases, I think the limitations are frustrating and unfair for a paid hosting product. However, if you've tried the full version of WordPress and you feel it's overwhelming and you're not interested in using third-party plugins, the scaled-back, simple experience at WordPress.com might be what you're looking for a personal blog. But for anything outside of a blog, I would not recommend using WordPress.com. I don't like the way they're limiting features in the starter plans, and I generally feel like they're overcharging you to access the full version of WordPress. It is worth noting that Automattic is by far the largest contributor to the WordPress project. They employ 110 full-time contributors at their own expense just to write code for WordPress, and this benefits everyone. WordPress simply couldn't exist without the countless full-time contributors funded by companies in the WordPress community. But if you want to support Automattic, there are other ways to do that, like using their plugins such as Jetpack, WooCommerce, and Akismet. When it comes to hosting, you can get a better hosting experience elsewhere, including at WP Engine. You're not just going to save money, you're likely going to get more features and a better experience depending on where you go. You can go to this link to get started with WP Engine. After you've set your website up, you're probably going to want a custom email address on your domain name. I've got a tutorial on setting this up that you can check out here.